more wood? Oh yeah.
Good day, guys. Austin here, and in this one today, we're going to be playing the Pokemon Amiga Ruby on the 3DS emulator. Now, to put that in layman's terms, we're playing Pokemon Amiga Ruby on the Citra Emulator. Now, we're using the official build. There's no higgledy-piggledy, there's no sneaky stuff going on, there's no crazy custom build taken from anybody from around the world. This is literally the official version that is released onto the Citra website, and you can load this up and enjoy it in all its glory. Now, I've got no idea how this game is going to perform on there, so today we're going to find out. Now, I'm using the bleeding edge, and we'll talk about all the schematics and what we're going to do as we're going through it. But for now, let's just get the game bloody loaded, eh? So, right, English. Obviously, I am English. Literally. Begin the game, and in we go. Okay, the only thing I've added to this is I have added my user folder, so you can dump yours. I've put links in the description down below to allow you to do it, or if you find any other ones from on the interwebs, all you need to do is copy that folder over into the official build and you're all good to go. Again, links and more information along that matter, it's not a hard thing to do, is in the description down below, and then you can play your 3DS games as I have now on a completely legitimate way of playing it on your computer. And to be honest, it looks hella good, doesn't it? This is a lot better in terms of performance than what was happening before. So as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, I've got my frame rate on the go. As of now, we're playing at 60 frames per second. This is a 60 frames per second game, and we're playing top notch. Top notch. I will say, I have disabled the sound and the music and all that kind of stuff because Nintendo will kick off on me if I include that kind of stuff. Of course, it's completely legitimate for me to do that, and I can do it. However, they will show up, it will flag, they will then go through the appeal process, and you won't be able to watch this video for another 4 weeks. So to save all that mess, I've just put my own music in the background. But trust me guys, the actual music and sound effects and everything is working. Now what we need to do is see how this is being emulated on our machines. This is awesome. Alright then, let's get in there. Press start. Boom. We are in. Okay, I'm playing this on the keyboard and mouse. However, you can get some builds out there that you can utilize your controller in. I've not gone into too much depth on this one. I just want to make this a demo of what's officially out there. Okay, let's get into here. Yeah, blah 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 blah. I'm not too fussed about what he's yapping on about, because this is, I just want to get into the gameplay so I can show you how it's performing, and I can find out for myself. So far, so good. We used to have those, how can I say, the pixels would stay on the screen, and it would be like a trickling effect after the actual sprites have gone past. It looks like that's been fixed in these later builds. Frames per second is perfect. Graphics are perfect. Once we actually get into the game, I'll show you what settings I'm running this on. There's nothing crazy going on with the settings, but I will show you just so you can get the same results yourself. Well, to be honest, I'm flabbergasted. I was not expecting this from an official build at this stage. Haha! Pokemon, here we come. Come on then. Yep. Yep, I'm a boy, thank you. Give me your name too. Of course, mate. Of course I will. Right, I'm going to use my mouse for the time being to use my lower screen. So, let's call myself Austin. Okay. Let's get in. Yes, I'm Austin. Ah, I see. Come on, blah, 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 blah. Let's get into the game. I've got time for you messing around with your poker pads. Are you ready? Of course I am. I'm always ready. I was born ready, princess. Come on, get me out the truck. It looks perfect, doesn't it? It's a lot better playing this on your PC than on the 3DS. Of course, during the years, we've been waiting for this to actually evolve and get to this current stage, and we've got huge strides forwards that are even on the tip of the iceberg, which aren't even implemented into this yet. But this is the official build. This has come out from the actual Citra team, so it has got their stamp of approval. albeit the Bleeding Edge. Imagine Bleeding Edge as being the alpha build or the beta build. You know, it's like a demo of what is to hit the full build. There's a lot of experimental packages going on and all that kind of good stuff, so yeah, it's good. What's the new here at last? Yes. Let me in the house, will ya? Here we go. Okay, when I get into the house, I will start showing you what settings I'm running on. There's nothing crazy. They sound crazy. I know you can't hear it because I've disabled the sound effects, but you know what? I'm sure we've all played Pokemon before. Yeah. Get out of here. Good riddance. Okay, I'll go and have a look at the clock. However, before we do go upstairs, I want to show you my settings. So I've got into Emulation tab at the top, Configure, and this is what I've got set up at this moment in time. So obviously my details, nothing changes there. The keys that I'm working on right now for me able to, well, I've just left the models default, to be honest. Graphics, the only thing I have changed in the entire thing other than my actual details is I've turned the native resolution. We're playing this at 960p. The native resolution was 240p, so obviously we have heightened this quite considerably. Now I could, on the system specs that I'm playing now, links specifications in the description for all this, I could push this probably all the way to the top and it wouldn't impact the game and performance and all that kind of stuff. But I want to keep it as 960 because that's a sensible option. It gives me high fidelity graphics, looking good when blown up at least a 60-inch TV, which I'm playing this on now. So 960 is a good option for me. I want to keep a baseline against all the games that I'm going to be testing on this emulator, so that's why I've chosen this. Also, although I could push it up to 1200p, by doing 960... the size of the screen, albeit almost full screen, is actually smaller than the full screen. So 960 is probably as close as I can get to 1080 without actually going further than that. So yeah, it's a sensible option for me to be using. Anyway, let's actually get in and see what's going on in this world of Pokemon magic. Go upstairs, check out the clock. So there is a few dips every now and again when things are loading, but that's expected. Yeah, clock isn't moving. Oh, Jesus wept. Cool. Let me out into the wide world, woman. She's always whingy mum, isn't she? Every version of Pokemon, your mum just yap, yap, yap. Come on, get out of the way. Yes. I want to get out there. I want to get to the gym. I want to do my training. I want to build up my Pokemon. My Pokedex is going crazy right now. Blah, blah, blah. Mum, you are boring. Bore off, will ya? Ugh. I am going. Out of here. Laters. Okay, so we're out into the actual environment, and at this point, normally, we would start hitting some frame rate issues. As you can see, we are playing this on the official build. This isn't modified to play Pokemon or anything like that. The only thing, like I said, I've added to this is my user folder. That allows me to play games like this because it can actually... I don't know, it can use my save games, it can use my information, all that kind of good stuff to load the game. And if I've been playing this on my 3DS, I can actually use those save games to and fro. Absolutely crazy. Mind-boggling the kind of stage where we're at with the emulation on this. Okay, the frame rate is perfect like we were saying. As you can see, around the figures we have got the line. And that's because we're playing just a standard version of Citra. You can have heightened custom built Pokemon Citra builds where they do get rid of those lines. Also, on some builds, what you can also do is use what they call Brz Texture Filtering, or just texture filtering in general. And what that'll do is we're playing a kind of 3D stroke 2D game here. Yes, it is obviously 3D, but there's quite a lot of 2D actual artifacts on the screen. That gives us a lot of pixelation around some of the things which would normally be tiny on the screen. And using that texture filtering can actually get rid of a lot of the jaggies and the blurred out options that especially come with the fonts and things like that as we go along. Anyway, I'm yapping on, so as you can get in. Is this where my mate is? Oh, she's always, yep, blah, blah, blah. I've only lived next door to you for the last 10 years, woman, and you asked me who I am. Here we go. How's it going, princess? You alright today? Yes, Pokemon fully restored. Pleasure to meet you as well. Come on. Yes, Professor Birch. Blah, blah, blah. So, as we can see, the actual performance of this Pokemon game is doing pretty damn well. What I'm going to do now is fast forward a few of the cutscenes, so you don't have to go through, well, not cutscenes, but a lot of the gameplay, so you don't have to watch me try to get to some of the more pivotal areas where in the past it had crashed or we'd had big slowdowns in terms of the fights and all that kind of stuff. So from now on, there'll be a lot of speed ups until we get to good places. Okay, so in the past, we'd have a lot of problem when we were saving the professor. Basically, as we entered the fight scenes, it would crash sometimes. Also, there'd be huge slowdowns, and there'd be a lot of those trailing effects from the outlines of the characters. Let's see if any of those have been fixed. Yes, 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 come on. Give me a Pokemon. Trico, my little friend. Come on, mate. Not seen you for a long time. So far, as you can see in the background there, we've got those lines. Those have not been cleared up. It's not exactly game altering, and they seem to be around forever, but the lines have gone. Also, from the looks of it, those trailing effects on the outlines that I was just talking about before, they've gone. It looks a lot cleaner when we're in the actual battles now, doesn't it? Okay, let's fight. Okay, so far, so good, to be honest. We've gone through quite a lot of the early stages of the game, and there's been virtually no speed drops. Everything seems to be hitting the ball. I've got my little mate Dave here, who's clearing this town up like no one's business. See if I can knock this little thing out. Okay, so as you can see, we've got our Pokedex. We're back at the... Well, we were just having a yapper. However, what seems to have happened is we've got a huge artifact that has just entered the room and blocked my vision. Now, nobody seems to be picking up on that, so I presume, from my recollection, that it's not supposed to be in here. But to be honest, it's... for all that I've played so far of this game, everything's working now on perfect. I think that and those little green bars that were happening behind my Trico before when I first loaded him up, that's the only graphical issues I'm really seeing. Other than that, it's looking beautiful. It's playing beautiful. As of now, I think this is, well, nigh on fully playable and perfect. We'll keep on going though, because I'm sure there was a place where we entered the woods and it did crash. So let's see how far we can push this. Okay then guys, well that is as far as I think I need to go to prove that this is now a working title even under the actual official builds of Citra. They have come on so much in this. Compatibility, speed. The only issues I had while playing this game was those two artifacts on the screen. Other than that, the speed's been now on perfect. The graphics look beautiful. The overall playability of this is... it's there. You can play it. I tried it all the way past Petalbug Woods because it did have, well renowned for crashes, especially on the official build. But as you can see, we've flown straight through the lot. So for me, stamp of approval, fully playable game. If you've had any other experiences, please put them in the description down below. Of course, I can only play so much of a game to prove that it is officially playable. But I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me completing a game. I think we've done enough today. And, well, I've had enough Pokemon for the day, to be honest. But if you want me to test any other games, please put them in the description. Or should I say comments down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if there's something I should be testing. Also, check out my new gaming channel as well. Link in the description down below. Over there, I'm just playing normal games. But anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure, as always, bringing this to you. Now we can enjoy the full delights of the Pokemon world. And, well, let's see what other games are working. So, please like, please subscribe, please do all the things that people normally do in this YouTube world where we just play Pokemon all day. But most of all, you have a good day. Laters!